Folks, the Old Biker Dude Show is an Old Biker Dude feature film presentation. Greetings, everybody. Okay, y'all want to hear a little story? Once upon a time, there was an old biker dude who decided to set off on an amazing motorcycle travel adventure featuring camping, cooking, and fishing. I'm an old biker dude, man. Hey everybody, like I told you a little while ago, my buddy Graybeard Bikers dropped by and we're going to have a little conversation. I'll introduce my friend to you. He's like, yeah, man, do that politician wave. But we're going to have a little conversation, introduce ourselves to each other's audience and try to kind of spread the love a little bit. But hope you enjoy it, and if you would, take time, you'll see his information right here on the screen. Go to his channel and show him some love and subscribe to his channel. We're trying to get him up over 1,000 subs, guys. It'll be like a covert mission. You ready? Set? Y'all go do it, all right?
Go.
Okay, so let me ask you this. The theme for your channel, what do you want to do with your channel? What do you feel like your ultimate goal is with being on YouTube?
Sure. One of the main thing, I guess, that I do is I go to different rallies and show people what the rally is like. Because a lot of people, when they hear about something, particularly if they're new, they've never been before, they want to see, what am I getting myself into? So I go to the rally and I say, this is what you're getting yourself into. So there's that. I also do, particularly barbecue restaurants, I do reviews of barbecue restaurants while I'm out, so that they can then say, okay, when I'm out, this is a good place to eat. Don't dare go to this place because it's not a good place to go to. You know,
hey, you know what? That's useful information.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
You know, we have a medium now that even with television, the food critics and things, they really weren't able to provide that personal touch to, like, you know, people who come to this, for instance.
Sure.
If they do, they can look on there and they'll get this little collection of people. Here's what I noticed about your channel. Let me tell you what got me. I was sitting in my chair. It was like 2:15 in the morning. I'm sitting there, you know, half sleepy. Got the dog, you know, we're snuggled up. And all of a sudden you came up on my feed. And I was like, well, I haven't seen that guy before. And I hit it, and, you know, I sat there and watched a video or two. I can't remember which ones they were, but the one thing that struck me right away was it was good. You know, way better than my stuff. And I'm like, wow, this guy's good. And I started doing the little flickaroo. You know how you do.
Sure.
You look up people's info. All of a sudden, I see some videos that don't really have that really good number like the one I was watching. And I was like, wait a minute, this guy's great, man. Why is he not getting the views? Well, it's like we had our little conversation a little while ago. YouTube can be a very tough ballpark to play in. And it's all because of an algorithm that we don't all understand. And that's why I wanted to have this conversation today, the number one reason. Because you deserve to be getting seen.
Oh, I
right?
appreciate it.
The videos you did about all the bike rallies, the filmography is so good. I mean, it's as good as anybody out there that I've watched, and I've watched a lot of YouTube, brother.
We all do.
I just want you to know that before we even go anywhere.
Sure, I appreciate that.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah, I do a lot of, I have several cameras, and so I'm able to get several different types of shots.
Yeah.
And then I can edit
I was
them all.
checking out all your stuff a little while ago. You're ready to go, man.
I get to edit them all in different ways and show things that most people don't see. Matter of fact, one of the things that gets the most attention, even more than I do, is my 360 camera. Because I'll walk around with that. People go, what's that?
Yeah.
They think I'm, you know, some sort of NSA operative or something.
Well, it is a really cool technology, and it hasn't been around a long time.
Yep.
I don't think we've seen the best of what 360 is going to be. That would be very intimidating for me. But then on my channel, as you well know, you're not going to find great filmography or editing. What you're going to find is an old podunk grandpa that
you got
rides around the
you got
South
personality.
and
Your
camps
personality.
and cooks and fishes and goods off. You know, and that's the best you're going to get. My work in that area is not that good, but my audience doesn't really care.
Sure.
And, you know, it's because they tune in for the wild excitement on the Old Biker Dude Show. That's what they tune in for. You know, you just give them that. 5 out of 5 dentists agree that the Old Biker Dude Show is an exciting program. Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Probably not. But anyway, like I was asking you, do you think people would be too intimidated by it? And how easy is it to learn how to edit? Because I imagine you're only working with a certain amount of the screen at a time, and can you move that around?
You can, and it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. What I use it for is because I can frame whatever shot I want without having to do it in the camera. I can do it in the editing suite afterwards. So I could have a camera, like I'm using this one right now. It is shooting you and me, your camper, the bike over here, and it's shooting everything at one time. So what I can do is I can say, okay, it wants this shot, and then that shot, and then that, and it's just running one time. But in post, I can put whatever I want to.
Gotcha, I got you.
The other thing that it's good for is I have this really long, I guess it's a selfie stick for lack of a better word.
So you can put it way up
I can put it way in the air, and I can
impersonate.
I can impersonate a drone.
Gotcha,
right?
gotcha.
So the other thing that I do.
That's another thing I don't do. I don't have a drone.
The other thing that I do that is a secret. You ready? Have your wife do it on the back of your bike. If you do that, then, because she can get all the different angles without me having to stop the bike and move it.
10 grandchildren and doesn't have time to ride with me anymore.
Blessing and a curse, my friend.
She used to. And, she was good for gas mileage. She's just a little tiny thing.
Yep. Well, I got, she's learned all the different angles to do.
Right.
And it's about variety when you're trying to make a cinematic shot. You can get the shot with it down close to the wheels, or the one where it looks like it's above us.
Sure.
And all of that different stuff.
Well, I
all
love
of that
watching
comes
the
from
creativity of some of these people. There's some really good filmographers on motorcycles on YouTube.
Sure, yeah.
And see, that was what I noticed about your stuff. As a viewer, I was a viewer that morning, just like anybody that would be out here that might be watching us at 2 o'clock in the morning right now. I was a viewer. I wasn't, old biker dude, the YouTuber. I was just a viewer sitting there loving on my dog and watching, YouTube. And, it struck me immediately. I was like, wow, this guy really produces quality film. And it struck me that, I wonder, and I went, 700 subscribers or 600 subscribers, and I thought, okay, well, he's been around a little while, but he's probably just, really starting to, reach the frustration like so many of my friends that get up. There's a lot of people who fall short and give it up, bro.
Oh, sure. It's hard work. It's a lot harder than people think it is.
Yes. Oh, it is. It's a lot of hard work. Think about me when I got, what happened to me last year. I was ill-equipped, man, to handle a channel like that. I didn't even know how to edit a video.
Sure.
So, all that was crash course at the last minute. And, so now, the algorithm's not being that friendly with me. However, I do have a pretty nice little base of people. I see who comments.
Sure.
The channel members. I got a few channel members, a few Patreon supporters. Those people come. They'll come. That'll happen. And, when you get to a point where you keep putting out the kind of quality that you're putting out, and trust me, brother, it's going to happen.
Oh, I appreciate
when
it.
people start seeing your work, you'll start circulating. You'll be at 5, 6, 7, 8,000 in no time. I'm going to predict that right now on the Old Biker Dude Show. I'm telling you, Graybeard Biker is going to have a following. And you guys are going to help us out. Come on.
I'd say the things that I've heard, because I go to rallies a lot, and so people recognize me.
I see that. You've been to about every one in the last 10 months, I noticed.
When I meet them, I always ask them, what is it that you like, that sort of thing.
Sure.
And one of the things is, they like to see their bike. If they're there, and afterwards they can go back and try to find their bike and then comment about it.
Yeah, I saw the where you did the bike show at one of the rallies. That was top notch.
Yeah. Well, they can find themselves and then comment, tell their friends, hey, look, there's my bike, whatever. So they like doing that. The other thing that they like is I tell it like it is. If I go to a hotel and the hotel didn't live up to expectations, I lay it out there, and that's because if I was looking for, hey, what's it going to be like in Maggie Valley, and I'd have to try to find something on the internet because I don't know, right?
Sure.
And then if I tell them it's wonderful and then it's not, that's bad.
Right. That's
so
right.
I usually,
Same for me when I do these product reviews.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I'm not going to put my name on something that I don't use myself.
Yep.
And, I'm certainly not going to sell out to a company that produces some air pump or something.
Yep.
When people saw my video I did about that air pump, I got 5 of them in the mail.
Sure.
But that's the only one I chose to do because I liked that one.
Yep.
That's the one I would put in my wife's car and depend on it to take care of her at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'm not going to endorse anything.
Sure.
And, if I had some advice for you, that would be when you start doing all those, so many, stick with that.
Yeah. Well, I've had review, because if I do the review, I do the review.
Right.
And so I've had some that have failed, in which case I say, hey, this didn't live up,
right.
and this is why. One of the first products that I reviewed was a motorcycle cover. And the first one I had just shredded going down the road, right? Because I put it on a trailer, which is what it was made for.
Right.
And it didn't do well. And so I invited them on the show and said, look, I'm reviewing your product. You want to come on talk about how it's made, talk about blah, blah, blah. And they wanted to ignore me. So I'm like, well, I told my audience, I invited them on the show.
I've always been scared to put a motorcycle cover on my bike while I'm going down the road.
Yep.
I mean, I don't haul mine very much because obviously I travel a lot.
Yeah.
But I have actually hauled my bike on a trailer, and I don't know, I'm just worried about a heavy enough material to keep from coming apart.
Yep.
I'm worried about it flapping up against my paint.
Well, I got one.
Or my leather,
Yep.
stuff like that.
I got one. After that one, the people at Skins, which their website is skinit, SKN-IT. And I have a promo code if you want 10% off. Use promo code Graybeard. But they sent me theirs because I was, not happy with that one.
Right.
And theirs is made with a completely different technology, and it kind of shrink wraps to your bike. It's not easy to get on, but it can withstand 200 miles an hour.
Yep.
And so it's really done really well.
Oh,
for
cool.
me.
Well, let me ask you this, because we're going a little long for a single video. So,
Sure.
I imagine we're going to edit
I have a
few
tendency
things,
to do that. I'm long in the tooth.
Okay, Graybeard Biker's got 18,000 subscribers, and he's on his way, and people are tuning in for information, which I think that's probably going to happen one day. Where do you want to take your channel? What's your eventual? I know I asked this question sort of at first, but in a perfect world, let's say you control everything. Where do you want Graybeard Biker's channel to be, say 2 years from now? What do you want to be doing?
I want to be able to retire and this be the only thing I do.
Right answer.
I mean, if we're just going to be honest about
This
it.
guy's smart, y'all. I wish they'd had YouTube when I was 45 or 35.
I run around to all these rallies. I would love to not have to pay to run around to all these rallies.
Sure.
And if I'm bringing value to people, then it kind of makes sense, with getting sponsored here and sponsored there to cover all of those costs where I can do that.
Well, off the camera, as much as we've been speaking, and I'm going to talk to everybody there on the camera instead of looking at you right now, I've had an opportunity to spend some time with this guy, and I believe what he just said. I think that's why I would tell my audience that it would be worth it to take that little trip over there. There it is again on the screen, and sub up with Graybeard Biker, okay? Because I'd like to help him out. Because hey, on down the road, I might need to help myself. You know what I mean? But man, it's been a lot of fun, man. Just sitting and talk with you, and I hope we get to run across each other again.
You're not that far from me.
No, I'm just up there in Livonia, Georgia.
Yeah.
Not too far away. You can drop by on any weekend. We go for a little. I got a little 45 1 hour, 1.5 hour ride from my house. Takes you on lake roads with cool air, and we can be in the mountains in 20 minutes. And I live in the perfect place, actually. You can be up here in the mountains in less than an hour.
I came up here to I love it up here. The place where the rally is.
You live in Lawrenceville?
I live close, Buford.
Oh, okay, beautiful. John
but-
from Flowery Branch.
Oh yeah, you're right
my
next to
home.
me. Yeah.
That's my home.
But I love Maggie Valley because it's in that pasture
Oh,
that's
I know,
surrounded
this-
by the mountain.
this bowl.
It's lovely. And then there's
So even like right now, it's 89 degrees outside.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a little breeze blowing. You know, it's bearable.
Yep.
You know, even out at the campsite.
well, they got Blue Ridge Parkway right up here and all
Right.
this. There's so much good riding.
Oh, no
but
doubt.
when I'm up here at the rally, I'm being graybeard YouTuber. And
Right,
so
right.
So I want to come up here sometime when there's not a rally and just goof off.
I do that all the time.
So maybe we'll get together and we'll do that.
Oh, it sounds like that sounds great. Well, guys, we sure appreciate y'all tuning in for our little conversation here. Made me a cool buddy, man. This has really been a lot of fun, and I'm sure we're both looking forward to whatever comes in the future.
Yeah.
Huh? All
Yeah.
right.
All right, folks.
Good to meet you, man.
You too.
That was
Appreciate you.
actually really cool. He's sort of like my internet hero. We all have internet heroes.